some seconds. Good morning, YouTube. My name is Endo Miller. Today on Talking Talk, we're gonna talk about limiting beliefs. To discuss about it, we have some guests here, very interesting people. Nondas, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Hello, everyone. I am Nondas. My short name is Nondas. I'm from Brasilia. I work as a personal trainer. I'm a nutritionist student. I love forró, and I love to listen forró as well and dance forró. I love to play video games, to watch funny videos on YouTube like Casimiro's React, and read books. And yeah, that's all.
Awesome. Thanks. Melissa, please.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Melissa. I'm from Campinas. I'm passionate about English, and the things I like to do to calm my mind are go hiking. It helps me a lot to clear the thoughts. And sometimes when I'm very, very tired, I love watching something good on Netflix or any kind of other service. You know, that's it.
Very good. Very good tip as well. Mariana?
Hello, guys. I'm Mariana. I'm from Ilhas, Bahia. I love forró too. and these days we are listening a lot of forró here and drinking liquor too. I love to read, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, and Shayla, your turn.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? I'm Shayla, and I live in São Caetano do Sul, São Paulo, and I like reading. I like listening to music, and currently I only study English very much because I need. I think that's all.
Thanks a lot, Shayla. So guys, let's start our conversation. Limiting beliefs. Let's start from the question number 6, because we can kind of, exchange some advice and tips about limiting beliefs. So the question is how to overcome the limiting beliefs. Let's start from Nondas, because I know that he has working a lot with it. So Nondas, please.
Thanks for choosing me. So it's a little hard, but the number one for me, as I always say this, and to know you deeply, and to know you deeply, because if you don't know you don't know what is your beliefs, because you never pay attention in that. So it's important to build this conscience. So this is the number one for me, and then to filter these beliefs, because normally we have our true, so this true maybe is not true anymore, because we are building our beliefs during our life, but some things doesn't make sense anymore. Maybe it makes sense in the past, but now it's not. So we need to review our thoughts, our beliefs all the time, and to filter, because if you don't filter, you're living the same thing, and maybe it's not good for us. And so to build conscience, to understand what is your beliefs, and then questionate these beliefs and filter these beliefs, and then maybe choose another way to go.
Okay, very nice. Very nice. Thanks a lot. Sheila, what's your take on it?
Well, I'm working this now. I believe that we often believe in not real things, and we're suffering with this. We put many lies in our life, and I think it's not so good for improve our capabilities. And I'm not a right person to say that. I'm a work in progress, but I'm learning every day with tips and of other person, and I think we must hear the voice of the closest friends and family to help us with this process. I think we have enjoyed the process, and I think we have been nice with us. I think that's it.
Thanks a lot, Sheila. You know, when the person says something like, I'm not the right person, normally, you know, she's the right person, you know, she's only hiding skills and so on. Thanks a lot, Sheila. Mariana, how about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree that it's a process for everyone. And for me, it's something really terrible. It's that I used to compare myself, to be honest. And I try to every day when I realize I'm comparing myself to someone, I try to stop it, to analyze my thoughts and try to change, you know, and understand that I'm comparing and I should not do it, because we don't have to compare ourselves. And but it's really difficult, it's really complicated. And I think when we are women, it's harder, I believe, those things of comparing ourselves. So yeah, we need to try to do it every day.
Yeah, and it's not about only, you know, the people that they are trying to compare themselves, but also because the society try to, you know, portray this kind of behavior to the people, the society in general. You know, the society try to always sell that you need to compete a lot, you need to win, and we are winners, and so on and so on. And you kind of internalize this kind of feeling, and then try to work a lot, trying to reach some point that we don't know what is it. So this is a problem. Melissa, your point on it.
I agree with what Nondas said about the first step. I also believe the first thing is to know yourself very deeply, to be able to identify what are your feelings, how they work, and what are your limiting beliefs. You know, only when you know something, only when you are aware of something, you now can work with this. You know, if you don't know, you are blind, you know. So for me, this is the first thing. Then the second thing is, after identifying the limiting beliefs, choose one to start, of course, and try to identify why. Why do you believe that? What are the stories behind that? Because there are always stories from your childhood, from the moment you were a baby, a young child, or during the teenage time, that something happened, or you saw something and you started thinking that way because of that. There are always stories behind. So if you identify the stories, you are more able to start working on that, to try to change that belief. As Nonda said, sometimes it was good for us in the past. At that moment, it worked for us. But nowadays, it doesn't anymore. So we need to like erase that understanding and start putting a new understanding in that place. So that's my strategy.
Okay, nice, very interesting. But do you agree, Sheila, that we need to know ourselves deeply?
Yes.
And you, Maria, do you agree with it? Mari?
I sorry. What?
Do you agree that we need to know ourselves deeply?
Oh yeah, I agree. I think it's complicated, but yes, because we used to talk about it that we need to know ourselves deeply, but it's really hard the process to know ourselves in that way. I'm doing therapy for a while, and I know it's really hard. I think after I started, I was like, oh, I just need that, and it will be good. But actually, it's not a it's not a happy process, but it's important.
Yeah. You said a very, very interesting thing, because when I start to discuss this kind of thing, it's in the beginning is always like sad, the people answering in a sad mood, like, oh, I think this is like this or that. It's a kind of sad and so I asked this question, and I try to create a deal here, because I would like to know, how can we know ourselves, or how can we find know about ourselves deeply? What do you think? Well, let's start from Nondas, that he sort of gave us the tool, the provocation. So take back.
So I will share my experience, my little experience about myself. Normally we don't pay attention in ourselves. We pay attention in the world, in the other people, but we don't pay attention in ourselves. Normally we always have bullshit and a lot of noise around us, and it's important to live in a easy way, I think. So as Mariana said, it's not easy to face yourself. Some people don't like to be alone, don't like to be alone in our mind, in their mind. So it's important to keep in silence, and to, how can I say that, to hear yourself. So, and then we start to pay attention in ourselves and questionate our thoughts, questionate our mind, and to understand why, as Melissa said, why I'm thinking like that. What the advantage to think like that? What's the cons? What's the to think like that? Because of that, I'm thinking this way. It's good for me. I have to keep in this way. So normally when we start to question ourselves, we grow in the doubt, not in the sure. When we are sure about, we are growing when we have questions, when we don't have answer. So when you don't have answer, so you will search for, and then you know yourself. And I don't know if you understand what I mean, but it's like
Totally. Perfect actually. And you said a very interesting thing, that is not easy. You and Mariana, it's not easy to face ourselves. And I'm remember here, you know, that we have a Greece mythological character called Medusa. And when, you know, they are trying to face the mirror, the character stayed petrified. You know, it's a myth. It's totally about that, you know, when we try to face ourselves, and it's time, you know, at the first moment, we don't know how to handle with this, you know, this whole feeling, you know, your whole identity, you know, it's like that, you know, basically you are trying to find your identity and be good with. So it's not easy thing. So thanks a lot, Nondas. Sheila, what's your point on it?
I think it's related self-respect, totally, and it's not easy, not at all. I think we must know yourself through the therapy, maybe looking for clues in your childhood, in your history. Each one have a history, and we have the respect of your own history. Sometimes we wear a beliefs necklace and carry on this all your life. It's so heavy. It's not easy to carry on for all life. Sometimes this is not necessary anymore, as Melissa said. I think as I am working this, I don't have any things to share, but at the moment I think that's it.
Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, you're right, totally right. We need to know about our background, you know, try to solve this background problems. And yeah, it's hard. So let's change, you know, let's try to go over the questions, like create the others and, you know, make it flow. So Melissa, what's your strongest skill?
My strongest skill, I believe, it's when you perseverance, and perseverance is something that comes related to resilience too, because you keep on going, you keep on doing, you keep on searching, and you keep on fighting, although all the cons, you know. And to do that, you need to be resilient. So you have to be resilient to stand the punch you will receive from life, from the stories you find out about your childhood, for example, as Sheila was saying to us, to know your background and face it. And sometimes it's not easy. It's very hard. So you need to be resilient and persevere to reach there, to reach what the place you want to be, to reach the goals you want to make true, you know. So that's I think that's my strongest skill.
Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, I would create all the questions from your answer, that, you know, when it's time to give up. But
when it's time to give up.
But okay. Let's move, and then we can back to this question, because, you know, I was reading about this kind of, we really need to persevere a lot. That's a very good thing to do. But sometimes, you know, nowadays I have thinking a lot about, you know, give up, and sometimes you try to, you know, it's a thought that I think before I agreed a lot, but nowadays I kind of, man, sometimes we need to review, your whole script, the script of your life. And then, it's really necessary to do it and so on. But okay, I understood what you mean.
I get very well your point. Sometimes I think we must analyze the possibilities, the paths we have, and sometimes it's wise to give up and stop.
Perfect.
Yeah. Full stop, okay? Let it go and go through another path, do another thing, and let it go. Because sometimes it is the wisest decision. But I think we needed to analyze very well before making this decision. Have I tried everything? What are my possibilities? What are the routes I can take? Okay, so I think at this moment, the wisest decision is give up, let it go, turn to the other side and go through another way, and that's it.
I started to think about it, especially after the Simone Biles, when she gave up. So, and I was, oh my God, imagine that you are working a lot to reach a point, and in the final, I think it's not for me, and I will, just leave. And oh my God, it's so, and the whole world, like, judging her. So, yeah. Mari, your turn. What's your strongest skill?
It's hard, but I think I agree with you about this of persevering. I think I have a lot of focus. I can focus a lot when in something that it's important to me. So I think when I realize that I want something, it will be that, and I will be like persevering a lot, really focused on what I want. And I think it's sometimes, as you were saying, we get in that point. I will give up or not, or I will be still persevering on this. And I think we need to be brave to give up, as we need to be brave to continue to persevere on something too. So yeah, I don't know. I think the understand that we need to stop and think about it, and not all the time, but for example, I start something today and I will be doing this for 6 months. So in 6 months I will stop and think about it. It makes sense to me. I will be still doing that because it still makes sense to me, and not for other people, because sometimes we start a thing and we persevering in those things because it makes sense to us, but at some point everyone are expecting to us to continue to do this. So it's really what I want or what other people are expecting. Sometimes it's what I want, but sometimes it isn't. So I think have this moment and be brave to make a choice.
Yeah, very good, very nice. You brought up a point, about expectation. Like, sometimes we create this kind of expectation, and all the people, instantly are looking at us, like trying to do something, and we feel like, oh my God, I need to do now, I need to solve, I need to conclude, and so on. Very good. Thanks, Mari. Sheila, your strongest skill?
It's a hard question for me because it's easier to think about our faults, but I think is resilience too, as Melissa said, because sometimes the life is hard, so so hard for us, and we have to restart the process again and again and again. I think this is my my strongest thing, I think.
Okay. Thanks, Sheila. Thanks for sharing. Nondas, I will change again. Okay. What's your limiting belief? If you have any.
I have a lot of, a lot of. But I think the biggest one is fear of judgment. That's the biggest, and a lot of thoughts related to judgment. So when I was a kid, I was very, very shy, and then I'm changing this behavior, but it's hard yet for me, because it's not easy to handle with this, to handle with the people around you and expectations, as Mer said, and things that the culture bring for us. So it's hard, but I'm doing a good job from my point of view. So I'm here, for example, talking English, making a lot of mistakes, and I feel comfortable, and in my life as well. So, but it's hard for me yet.
Yeah, very, very interesting. You know, you have built yourself strong. And I feel the same, actually. You know, I feel the same. I remember when I was a kid, you know, I used to feel like you say, you know, like a fear of judgment and so on. And I sometimes, you know, I have studied a lot, actually. And sometimes I feel that, you know, part of the reason that I've been made so, you know, strong and effort in my studies and so on is based on this background. It's, I guess. How about you, Melissa? What's your limiting belief?
I think the main one is the same as Epaminondas, fear of judgment. If I make a decision, all right, and if I fail, I have this problem with judgment, but I know from whom this judgment comes, you know, and it is something I have to work on myself, and this is my biggest limiting belief.
Okay, Melissa, thanks for sharing. Let's move. Oh, awesome. Yeah, very good. It's growth mind, and I read this book.
Yeah, I
Very
don't
good.
know in
Thanks a
English,
lot.
but yeah, you're right.
Can you show us again? It's a mindset. I couldn't read.
Yeah,
Mindset. Oh, all right. Thank you.
Yeah, I write in the chat.
yeah,
Thank you.
very good book, actually. Thanks a lot, Nondas, for this advice, suggestion. Let me see. Sheila, how about you? What's your limiting belief?
Do we have much time? Because I have many limiting beliefs. I think starting with I think all the people are better than me all day, every day, including in English. When I speaking, I have many words in my mind, but when I put in practice, I don't remember anything. It's so hard to me because I feel so frustrated, especially because when that moment ends, I think, what about all you know? What do you do with this information? Nothing. it's so hard. I think it's a barrier barrier to me. I think that's it.
Thanks for sharing, Sheila. Yeah, I'm thinking about your answer in the first question that do you believe in yourself and why? Because I usually to feel like you said, like trying to compare myself to others and so on, and okay, and all the people are better than me, and there's a problem. Now I like to say that I know that the people are better than me. And I don't care anymore. So I'm free of chains because I do my own way. So, I know I don't need to be beautiful. I don't need to, care about other people. And I'm just doing my way. And I have working a lot. And so just something that helped me a lot is to understand my process. Like I also like to say that when I started to speak in English here on Talk in the beginning of the pandemic, at that moment, I would like to, start to know English. And now I'm speaking English. I have been hosting here. And, it's easy for me to forget my past. Like, I do not remember when I'm just start that 2 years ago. So I always try to, oh my God, 2 years ago, I didn't know about anything about English. And now I'm speaking. Oh, very good progress for me. Okay, go ahead. I always study more. I'm still studying a lot. But, I'm just comparing me with myself in the past. Just, this thing. And something that I always try to, remember, because I usually feel like you said, comparing myself and I need to back. But nowadays I do not care anymore and trying to, I feel more free. That's something that try, sometimes I do not try to follow the patterns of the society. And I became a kind of rebel. I'm a rebel. I'm sorry. Mariana, how about you? Your limiting belief.
Yeah. First of all, I need to start to be like you. I don't know. There are a lot limiting beliefs, but I think I can talk about comparing myself. And you said an interesting thing that you compare yourself with yourself in the past. And it's a good comparison, but I don't do that. And I compare myself with other people. I don't compare myself with myself in the past. When I realized, okay, I said, oh my God, but and 2 years ago, it was different and I improved it. But I think it's a problem because I'm always thinking that I need to be better, I need to improve. And I think if I watch a video from a year ago, my English was worse, for example, a video on YouTube. But I don't think about it. I just think, oh my God, it isn't good right now. I need to improve. I need to be better. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm thinking here that if I can't see my videos, my old videos, because oh my God, it's so hard. But one point of to be free of chain like this, compare yourself to yourself in the past is like when you see a very good people, for example, speaking English and so on, and I think in the past I would be like sad. But nowadays, I see the people for, oh man, I will catch you. I really want to know this skill. And, I start to be kind of excited to work more. Like, when I see people speaking very well, very fluent, using very interesting slangs that I really like, I would like to learn more. And, now I see like a potential. You know, when I see people, oh man, I will catch you. I work, you know, you know, always when I see people saying like this, I start to, oh my God, now I need to start to study and take my my pen and my pencil, start to write.
Yeah, but I want to say something. This an interesting thing that is when I'm speaking French or I'm speaking with someone really good at French, really fluent, I think like you, and it's not a problem for me. I don't know, but it's different. My feelings and thoughts speaking these two different languages.
Yeah, yeah. Very interesting, actually. We need to, we could create other topics to discuss all of this. A very deep discussion. Guys, we don't have much time, but the question number one, I would ask Sheila, do you believe in yourself and why?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's so difficult to me. I think we must be nice with us as we are nice with each others. But it's for me so difficult. Most of the times I believe, but many times I don't.
Okay, okay. Yeah, good. You know, I expected a person answering, oh, I believe we need to believe in ourselves because, you know, it's the bad thing we need to do and so on. Nodas, your turn.
Yeah, I believe in myself, and yeah, but really, I believe in myself, and I really believe that I can change. That's the point. I don't have commitment with the fail or the success. My commitment is to grow up. Just it. I don't have my potential. No one, no. But I need to discover that. I want to discover that. So my gaming, it's with myself. It's not with the people around me and things like that. I know that, for example, I can train every single day and I don't become a boat, for example. It's impossible, but maybe I can run faster. So it's different. My game is with myself, and so I believe in myself, and I'm doing every single day one small thing to enhance myself.
Yeah, very good. Awesome, awesome, awesome answer. You know, this conversation is so good that I forgot to send the message to the regular rules. Let me see. Melissa, how are you?
I believe we have to believe in ourselves. I think I'm gonna give you the answer you've been expecting, because I think if we don't believe in ourselves, like who will? You know, we are the first ones. No, we are the first one to believe. You know, the most important person that have to believe in something, in yourself. You know, it motivates you, it makes you go forward and to pursue your goals. And if you are confident, usually people believe more in you. You know, it's a reflection of what you feel inside of you. So we should. I know sometimes it's hard, as Sheila said, sometimes you don't believe in yourself. Sometimes you have bad days. Sometimes you are facing situations that make you feel sad. But in overall, we must believe in ourselves. So if you believe, you are able to take the first steps, you know, like Inonda said, small steps, but going into the right direction, and it motivates you, you know. So I think I do believe in myself and the potential I have. And also I believe in myself. When I believe in myself, I get strength to be more resilient, because I believe. If I don't believe, I can't stand the punches. I can't be resilient, you know? So I believe in myself.
Thanks a lot, Melissa. Awesome. Mariana, now your turn. Do you believe we can fly? The question. No. The question number one, do you believe in yourself and why?
Okay, I try to believe in myself. And I think sometimes it's hard, as you said, but I think it is. Even if it's not easy, I continue to do what I need to do. I think I know very clearly in my mind what I want and who I want to be. And
Nice.
I think I try to do every day what I know that I need to do, you know. So even if it's a hard day, and if it's really hard to believe in myself, I continue to do this. And I think it's important to do it and continue to try to believe in myself, because it's a process.
Yeah, thanks a lot. That's awesome. Guys, welcome back. I think, now everyone. Guys, welcome back to the main room. How was the conversation? I want to address a question to Yasmin. That is, what's your strongest skill?
I think that is patience. Maybe that I am a teacher because of this, you know, because I have too much patience to deal with people, even if it's really hard. And like some people feel really angry because of these, you know, because I will explain you something, like I can explain for 3 times, 5 times, and it doesn't matter. I will keep explaining you, even if you don't want to learn. So maybe this is my strongest skill.
Oh my God, this is a very good skill actually, because people don't have anymore. Let me see out of here. Monica, your strongest skill?
I think that could be resilience. I learned to develop this skill, and I think that is important to me now to survive. But I pass for this experience. I think that day by day, I try to be more resilient, a resilient person, because I think that's important for our lives. And thank you for the subject. This video was so fast, but a lot of information, and
Yeah.
I understand everything because I have been studying this subject. But thank you for bring for us or share with us this subject. It's amazing.
Thanks, Monica. Yeah, actually, I hadn't paid attention on the video and when I see, I'm oh my God, there's a problem here. You know, when I see the video very fast, and I check if I do not move forward to the video in that point, but no, the video is very fast, you know, in a normal mood. Other Jefferson, I would change the question. Okay, what's your limiting? What's your limiting belief?
My limit, I think it's not my limit. A lot of words. Not is up to me. I think everything is up to me, because I believe when I need to do something, and I try to do the best way. My other limits, I don't believe I can't. I I prefer the old guy from the United States. Yes, we can. I can together with a collaborative way, we can do many things together, like here and at TNT. It's amazing. It's a kind of belief. And to finish is not to judge the other, not to take care about what the guys are think about me, the way I do, the way I speak, the way I myself, the way I feel comfortable about my mistakes and a lot of things. So I believe in myself.
Oh, it's a lot. Yeah, very good. Do not care about judgment. And the last but not least, Charles, let me see a question to provoke you here. Well, could be the same. What's your limiting belief?
Don't to be limit, to be too much self-confident, I guess. Yes.
Oh, this is a problem as well.
Yes, I know.
Yes, man, very,
Right.
very, very interesting answer, actually.
Yeah, I will follow Monica. It's a good subject. And like I mentioned in the break room, I think sometimes to be self-confident, you can put in risk some things,
Absolutely.
maybe your life too. But I learned to be self-confident early, and like I said too, I listen motivational speech for a long time, and I develop this skill to be self-confident, and I don't have any problem. But I know and I assume that sometimes it's not too good. Like sometimes I face some problems with my boss because my self-confident. And sometimes
Okay.
you need to learn to be more, I don't know how I can say this in English, submisso. Yes, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, man, very, very interesting topic, and I'm not thinking here. Self-confident. Okay. And let me tell you something that we were discussing, about the English learning. That is, nowadays I consider that we need to be humble with language, And I never thought about that, but nowadays I consider, because I see a lot of people that they start to have a progress, and then they get stuck. Okay. And I was trying to understand, like, oh my God, what's happening? So now I know that you start to be very confident with the language, but it's a trap because you start to get close in your bubble, in your box. So you cannot see further and forward, beyond this thing. So this is something that I've been thinking about myself, including, okay, like, I need to, start learn English from the scratch again, like, correcting my little things and so on, and, put a lot of effort to correct this thing. And you reflect about being humble, like, oh, I need to be humble, I don't know anything, and I would like to, move. And that's my problem with language. So, guys, thanks a lot for this conversation. I share with you a form, to please help us to improve this conversation, give you some advice, some tips, if you want to discuss about some specific topic, let us know. And also the video that we have the conversation in the main room, was actually very interesting. And if you want to see, this is the link. Give us the YouTuber stuffs, like, subscribe the video, let the comment, and follow us on the social media, and spread the message of Talking Talk, and have a very nice week. Thanks a lot. It was a very good conversation. Bye-bye.
Bye. Congrats for
Thank
the
you,
meeting.
Wendell.
Thanks.
See you.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
for the
See ya.
topic. Good. Have a good